You have tuned into Young Solomon's Overstated blog. Today I'm going to be following up on a commentary video that I did on Neal Boortz racist comments about urban thugs and the urban community having a culture of violence, and specifically the comments he made about killing urban thugs and singling out the urban community to demonize. Okay? A lot of you did not like the comments that I made. I don't know if you misunderstood my point, but I'm going to tell you this. I meant every single word that I said. I meant every single word that I said. I don't use dysphemisms. I do not speak in politically correct terms. I will not. I would tell it how it is, and I will speak. I will say exactly what I feel and exactly what I think. I will not sugarcoat anything. Okay. So if you don't like that, you know, I don't give a fuck. If you don't like it, but if you take into consideration what I'm saying makes sense. I'm not saying anything that doesn't make sense. And I'm not speaking from a racist standpoint. I'm speaking from a historical standpoint. I am speaking from an intelligent standpoint. Okay? Now, the first thing I'm going to clarify is, look, man, I think you all misunderstood what I was saying. I believe in the right to bear arms to defend yourself against any threat. Be that threat a black thug, a Mexican, a white supremacist KKK member, or a crooked cop. Okay? I believe in the right to bear arms to defend yourself against any threat, not just one group of people. Okay? See, Mighty Whitey's intentions were racist. Mighty Whitey wanted to single out one group of people in order to demonize one group of people. And out of all the group of people, out of all the people that you can single out, you pick out a group of people that has been exploited, that has been subjugated, that has been disenfranchised the most. Okay? Yes, there is a culture. There is a culture of violence in the urban community. There is a culture of violence in the urban community. But we have adopted a culture of violence because of the conditions that we have been put in. You have to consider the factors that led to the culture of violence in urban communities. What factors led to that culture of violence? And is there not a culture of violence throughout the United States as a whole? There is a culture of violence throughout the United States as a whole. The United States was founded on violence. The United States was founded on thievery. The United States was founded on rape, pillaging, and every other evil deed. And you know this is a historical fact. This land was not, North America was occupied by another group of people. The United States was occupied by indigenous people that were already here. The United States was occupied by indigenous Africans and indigenous Asians that you call Indians. Some of you are still so arrogant that you still have the audacity to call Native Americans Indians, when you know good well that those people are not Indians. That is how, just take into consideration how arrogant that is. You want to talk about urban communities having a culture of violence, in which it does. But man, what about the culture of violence within the government of the United States? What about the military-industrial complex? What about the United States foreign policies? What about the United States mentality to pillage any country, to rob any country that has any mineral wealth, especially oil wealth. The United States will rob any country that has any kind of oil wealth. Not just the United States, but all of the imperial powers, all of the colonial imperial powers have the same mentality, and it's a historical, and it is it's a fact. It's a what is the word I want to use? It's common knowledge. That's the mentality that they take. Okay? I just can't believe that Neal Boortz, you want to pick the most exploited people to pick out and demonize. Okay? What about are you all familiar with COINTELPRO? Are you familiar with COINTELPRO? Are you familiar with J. Edgar Hoover and COINTELPRO? J. Edgar Hoover and the program they put together, COINTELPRO, was a program put together to assassinate any black leader coming out of the urban community. It was a plot to assassinate any strong movement, any strong progressive movement coming out of the black community, and because of the government's fear of a black messiah coming out of the urban community. So most of our leaders, most of our strong black leaders were killed because of the federal government, but no one wants to talk about that. We don't have anyone speaking for us, and that's our problem, and we don't acknowledge historical facts. Okay? Even our most non-violent leaders were assassinated violently, and you want to talk about a culture of violence? Now, come on, man. Come on, let's be for real here. And you all want to get mad at me because I refuse to use dysphemisms and I refuse to speak politically correct, and you all want to get mad at me because I'm telling the truth? Come on, man. Let's be for real, man. Be for real, son. Be for real, for real. Let's be for real, for real. I'm not racist, okay? I'm not out here hurting white people. I'm not hanging white people from a tree. I'm not out here robbing. I'm not out here robbing white people. I'm not racist. I'm not hurting white people. I really want to see. I want the best for my community, and I want the best for the United States of America. But we cannot move forward as a country until we come to grips with reality. Until we come to grips with reality and the things that take place in modern affairs and the things that have taken place in history, you know. We have to be real about it. And to fix any issue, you have to get to the root of the problem. Okay, you cannot blame, now to kill any tree, you have to kill the roots. And to solve any problem, you have to get to the root of the problem. Okay, like I said, with COINTELPRO, drugs and guns were trafficked into urban communities by the government. The government placed drugs and guns into the urban community in order for the black community to destroy themselves. And the black community has to come to grips with that, okay? I'm not gonna sit here and bullshit with you. The black community has not come to grips with what has happened and what is happening. The black community has not come to grips about the imbalance in the judicial system. Neither has the rest of America. No one acknowledges the injustices that are perpetrated against the urban community, but everybody wants to demonize the urban community. But before you demonize the urban community, look at the roots of the problem. Look at the factors that led to these problems before you become judgmental. Okay, this is Young Solid, Overstated Plot.
Politics is controlled by money, so the people's vote doesn't mean much when the lobbyists get to Washington and start passing money around. The vote follows. You must understand that power is linked in world politics to oil.
Politics, politics, politics.
They look at the demise of our people, it's nothing more than
politics, politics, politics.
Hey, why my brothers out here glorifying selling dope?